Okay, so to start the next part of the exercise, we want to actually remove the exercise 1 directory. We just starting the process, so we don't need that anymore, so we can save space in our system, clean up our files. So we now make an exercise 2 directory, and then we're going to copy over, well, enter that directory, then copy over all of our pulsar scenes into this folder that we're now going to work with and fully pre-process and generate all our data layers to then eventually do a classification. So just doing it on the command line here, so we're copying all of the files starting with n2 and ending in tar.gz to our current directory. We're now also going to get the this first script that we're interested in, so this is 2a. You can see it's been copied, and we can just have a look at that. So in this first version of the script, all we're really doing is just extracting the data, finding the files we want. We're not doing any of the other processing that we did in the previous bandmath script. And the first thing you can see is we've run it, and it's produced an error message. And that error message is because we were expecting a temp directory, tmp. So we now create that directory and we run it, and we can see it's just looping, well, it's just going through the tar files, extracting them, and we're finding the 2 input polarizations. So we know that part of it is working. You can see there's nothing in the temp directory, it's all been cleaned up. So now we'll get the next script. So this script has got all of the parts, both the part doing the bandmaths section, which was that first exercise in the O1 script, and then the bits just doing the untarring, which was the O2 script. So this is basically the amalgamation of those two as a single function, and then we're calling each of that function each time on the different images, as you can see at the bottom there. We're just going to be running those through, and it'll take just a few seconds to kind of go through each of those different input images. In the appendix associated with this introduction worksheet, there's also some examples how you can speed up this processing using multiple cores, or how you can change this script so that the image files are automatically found from an input directory, or turning it into a command line tool. So there's a few scripts there that after you finished this worksheet that you might want to have a look at there to improve the usability or the speed of your processing. Okay, so we're just coming to the end of all the processing now. So you can see it's all finished, all of the scenes. And we can now list the directory. You can see that we now have stacked images for each of them. Now we can now use 2view to be able to view all those scenes, which looks something like this. So you can then zoom to the full extent. You can see that if we turn on and off each of the tiles, you can see that the 4 tiles are there. You can see that they're all stretched independently, so the colour balance is slightly different on each of them.